Nice to see you again, Helena. How you doing?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good. Did you make Elliott sit in the front or the back seat?
I allowed Elliott to ride shotgun.
Oh, okay.
Excellent driver.
Oh, you're right. That pickup that I almost clipped.
No problem.
Did he give you a tip?
Not yet.
Like he said earlier, in negotiations.
So, Helena, are you still working out as much as you were last year?
Oh, absolutely. I'm totally on track and ready to go. I'm looking forward to my second invite.
Invite to the
Well, I wanted you to say it.
to the Arnold?
The
Arnold in Columbus, Ohio.
The 24th year this year of
For
the
you?
Arnold. Yes, I'm just 24 as well. Thank you, Elliott. Love you.
Oh,
There won't be any Maria there this year?
I haven't heard.
if I were a betting person, I would say no Maria Shriver.
Doesn't she have to count how much money's coming in because she's getting half of it?
I think they're in reconciliation talks, actually. So maybe not.
You're kidding. I didn't hear that.
I did hear that.
Yeah, I heard. David, you're usually up on all this stuff. It's got to be a very strange world of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver. We talked about it last year when all this stuff happened. It's just like he has a grown child with somebody who was a housekeeper or whatever. This just pops up overnight.
Something suddenly came up.
Yeah.
A few times, maybe.
Yeah, several probably. Anyway, last year at the 2011 Arnold, you took home a trophy.
I did. And
Class-
she's not here. She's
No.
at home with the rest of the girls.
Okay. Class B figure, does that sound right?
That's exactly right. Your memory is impeccable.
Well, I don't know about that. And so are you competing again in Class B?
Well, they do measure you every year. So hopefully, for my sake, I haven't grown or shrunk, and I will be in the same class.
Well, you might have grown in some places and shrunk in others.
What's the classes for this?
No,
It's a height class.
it's based on bus size, Dave. No.
No, not at all. It's a height class. It goes, I think, every inch and a half. So it's class A through F in inch and a half increments. And much to my chagrin, last year when I went, I had written on my application that I was 5'1". Well, they measured me and they said, "Oh, you're 5'2.5". We're moving you from class A to class B." And I said, "Can you measure me again?" So
Did
they
you have your heels on, your stilettos?
No, you're wearing flats at this point, and they did measure me again, and I was in fact 5'2.5". So they moved me, and I was the shortest girl in the B class. But
How high? How tall can you be for the B class?
I believe it goes to 5'3.5".
And then what's the highest class again?
F.
And how tall is that up to?
I would say that's probably, so if you're going an inch, A, B, C, D, E, F, that's 5 or 6. So you're probably going 5'7".
Okay.
5'8".
Amazon and above.
Well, then you put the girls in the 5-inch heels, and yeah, these are some long-legged ladies.
No kidding. So is it good to be in a shorter category or a taller category? Or
Well, it depends on the physique that the judges are really looking for, and that can be anything. However, in bodybuilding, short muscle usually wins because the bellies of the muscles look fuller and they look more rounded. It's harder for taller athletes. Like basketball players are often long and lean. They don't ever appear really bulky and short. So shorter athletes in bodybuilding usually do better. But, this is women and this isn't bodybuilding. So it's going to be a nice combination of taut physique. Nice lines is what they're really looking for.
Because you have
aren't we all?
You have fitness, you have bikini, you have all the figure.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Which one are you competing in again?
It's figure.
Okay.
It's figure. We're not bikini girls. We don't. We actually, we work out.
for the uninitiated, bikini tends to be a little softer body. It's like, okay, you can walk in off. Well, you can't really walk in off the street, but a lot of the girls just are naturally look good in a bikini.
It's more like the Hawaiian tropic competitions used to be. You remember those?
Yes. Yes.
So where would the Kardashians fit in? Or they don't fit in anywhere.
They fit into the bodybuilding.
Don't they have their own planet, and they're just circling each other? I mean, isn't that what they're doing?
I think Kim would fit in with the butt building competition.
She's got some junk in the trunk.
I can't speak from personal
I think
experience.
she's a beautiful woman. I just, I'll just go from the waist up.
I was going to say, you look at her face, and she's very attractive, but it's like Mr. Potato Head. They put different pieces together, and it doesn't look like it quite all fits. And they try to pass it off as here's somebody who could pass for a figure competitor, and that's not her.
No, she could never pass for a figure competitor. Far too curvy. Definitely not.
So what does your workout consist of?
Well, we're on the light side now, so mostly cardio, which I hate, but it has to be done. Last year I came into the comp about 110. This year I'm looking to come in about 106. So we're looking to move up places. Last year I took 5th place, and I'm hoping a little bit tighter and a little bit leaner will push me up higher in the placings. It seems that the girls that came in a little ahead of me were just a little bit tighter and firmer.
Less pasta eating.
Come on, you're killing me.
Why, you like pasta?
I love pasta.
After the competition.
Cheesecake Factory. Are we going again, Elliott? Sure. Okay. All right. What did I get last year? The red velvet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was delicious.
Okay. When you're not in competition, can you eat like a normal human being?
When I'm off season, I usually weigh about 116 pounds, and I do eat like a normal person. It just makes it that much more difficult for me to rein myself back in about 16 weeks out from comp and start dieting. That's why you leave yourself so much time, because the body has to adjust accordingly. You can't just stop eating. The next day just gorge yourself and then no food. That doesn't work. You slowly have to meticulously wind it down with the right foods. I actually tried bison the other day, and I loved it. It's got less fat than skinless, boneless chicken, and it's healthier than red meat. It's leaner than red meat, and the taste is far superior to red meat. So I'm a convert.
Okay.
So you're not a vegetarian?
Oh, no. I don't eat a lot of red meat. When I go out for a steak, to a steak place, I want a steak. So this is a nice alternative to having a steak. And I've cooked it at home a couple times, but bison is expensive. So I'm going to have to maybe find a company that will maybe sponsor me and or, do some kind of home shipping thing where they do it wholesale.
What about veal?
Not so much.
So as you prepare to compete, how does your diet change? Are there various stages where you will eat one group of foods and won't eat another group of foods?
Well, I try to keep my carbohydrates on the days that I'm allowed to have carbohydrates in the morning. So that'll be my old-fashioned ground oatmeal, steel-cut oats, which is not very exciting.
Not donuts?
Not donuts.
No.
Homer. And I have to do that at the beginning of the day so I have the rest of the day to burn it off. But a typical meal will consist for me of a chicken breast with garlic and ginger and chili, so a little spice, mixed in with some red green peppers and some baby spinach sautéed in a pan. I'm hungry, Elliott.
Not cream spinach.
No cream spinach. This is fresh red peppers.
I love cream spinach.
No, everything is fresh and raw, and I prefer to put it in kind of at the end so that they stay crunchy. I don't like my vegetables soggy.
Sauteed in butter?
No.
Olive oil?
I shouldn't even say olive oil, but you know what? Here's the secret about the olive oil. What people don't understand is that olive oil, you have to cook low and slow. It only becomes bad for you when you have the temperature too high. So if you do saute something in olive oil, just be patient and cook it on a low flame, and those fats will not become dimples.
No, wait. How does cooking olive oil bad if you cook it too quick?
Its smoking point is very high. And I really don't fully understand it, and I can't articulate it to you. Thanks for putting me on the spot. Now I'm going to have to go find that article and get it. But I remember that it specifically said that if you cook on a low, slow burn for olive oil, that you will not have the nasty, yucky side effects from cooking it. Like when you sear a steak,
right,
or you deep fry, you pan fry something, that's what gives those, I guess it's the trans fats.
Fat's bad to me.
Welcome to David Spada on nutrition.
I watch Paula Deen. What do I know?
Oh, Paula. Yeah,
okay.
There's a wonderful example.
I saw that interview on the Today Show, and I watch a lot of the Travel Channel, and I love Anthony Bourdain and Andrew Zimmern. They're hilarious. And Anthony had a real fit about Paula taking money from the drug company.
Right. Hi, I'm Paula Deen. And for some inexplicable reason, I have type 2 diabetes. It could be all the lard I ingest on a minute-by-minute basis.
Everything she cooks has butter in it.
I know.
She's got a butter face.
Yeah.
She's got more than that.
Butter butt.
Remember a couple of years ago she got hit in the face with a ham? A frozen ham?
Who threw a ham at her?
Well, she was going to like a segment or something, and somebody was like, "Hey, Paula," and they just tossed it, and she didn't catch it. It hit her in the face. You can Google that.
I'll have to watch that.
I'm surprised she didn't just open her mouth and start. No.
She's a Southern belle.
I don't know about that.
Well, we all have, issues we have to overcome.
Yes, we do. Bell-shaped. That's a big bell if that's a bell-shaped.
You don't mean bell pepper, do you?
No, I don't mean that's way too healthy for her.
So when is the Arnold? What's the exact days?
March 1st through March 4th, Columbus, Ohio. Again, it's the 24th year. So next year is going to be their silver anniversary. And I'm thinking...
You're pretty good at math here, aren't you?
23, 24, 25.
Oh, good.
I'm thinking that if I get invited back, and thank you guys for having me back here as well.
We appreciate it.
If I get invited back next year, that they'll probably do something really special, being a silver anniversary for him. This year, they donated a bronze statue of Arnold. It's life-size, and he's doing his classic Arnold pose. And it's downtown Columbus, not far from the Christopher Columbus statue. So I'm going to go find it and get a picture of it.
So is that Arnold on steroids, the bulked up?
Well, he's in his trunks, and he's doing his
He's
thing.
got muscles upon
so
muscles.
back in the day, not now in his trunks.
Arnold in the early 70s?
Yeah, in the prime,
Because what's his name is at those shows? Lou Ferrigno, and he's still in great shape.
Oh,
the
he
Hulk.
is. I saw him last year. He's in phenomenal shape.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
Or in incredible Hulk shape.
Amazing. And and some of them, Frank Zane was there too. And if he didn't have a poster over him, a big life-size black and white, I wouldn't have known it was Frank Zane walking by.
Oh, it's some older guy.
How does he look?
Pretty much. He looks great, but he was completely covered up. He was wearing like a leather bomber jacket, and he was signing autographs. His hair is white, and he was wearing a baseball cap. Very non-conspicuous, very humble, just doing his thing. But really would never have known that was underneath there.
So have you scoped out the competition?
Well, it's funny
because
you ask.
I know you're like that.
I'm type A. Last year, the Arnold competitor list was released. Oh my!
Help!
Sorry about that. Lost my head.
Or your headphones.
The competitor list was released a little earlier last year, and for the amateurs, it hasn't come out. I did contact the chair, Bob Lorimer, and he emailed me back saying that the competitor list will be in the next 2 weeks. They're waiting for the Europeans to get their list, so soon.
What about the Germans?
Everybody.
So is the top competition come from abroad? From Europe and...
Honestly, Elliott, last year I was so... consumed is probably the right word, consumed into focusing on what my game plan was, that I don't know, the names of the other girls in my class. I don't know where they were from. I did see team jackets all over the expo, which is wonderful. You see Polska, you see Italia, you see Mexico, and that's really neat to see because it's kind of like a mini Olympics. That's really cool. But the girls in my own class, I really, you're on stage with them for about 5 minutes. So there's no time to talk.
You don't hang out then with each other beforehand?
No, it's all business. Elliott and I did see one of the girls that won a class at the Cheesecake Factory later, and she had her trophy and her pink lady jacket,
right,
which I wanted. And you give a friendly, hey, congratulations, as they're walking by, but there really isn't much more going on than that.
A pink jacket?
It was like a grease pink lady's jacket, satin. It says the Arnold on it. It was really cool looking.
I'm going 70s now. Pinky Tuscadero.
You. David is stuck in the
70s. No graduation day for you.
Or I'm thinking, what's the other one? Grease.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Who's Pinky Tuscadero?
From Happy Days.
Oh, boy. I thought you were Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Frenchie. I thought you were talking about Frenchie.
No, I was talking Happy Days. But
okay.
You don't remember Happy Days. That was before your time.
I remember Happy Days, but not that well.
David's fixated on some of these shows, some of these people. I think deep down there's a Scott Baio.
Oh, please say there isn't.
I'm fascinated on Family Matters. I'm an Urkel fan. Oh, that was later. That was in the 80s, early 90s. You remember Urkel?
I do remember Urkel. Yeah. What's his name? Jaleel White?
Yeah, don't call him Urkel. He gets very upset about that.